name is Eleanore Guthrie. I am the designer behind Nort's Knit Denim, based here in Los Angeles, and welcome to my crib. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I don't know why that wasn't... I know I said that I didn't want them to be spaghetti straps last time we worked on that design, so that's why I'm a little bit frustrated. Well, that, and then we never finished the skirt because the development was never getting close to what I was asking for, so I just gave up on it. So not only are they ripping off as they knit, but it's also just too skinny for the design. Like, it looks weird. I'm looking at the computer right now and it doesn't look like the program is any different. Like, it still looks like spaghetti strap. The problem is that the program for this new bra top is knitting spaghetti straps, and I asked for non-spaghetti straps. And so not only does that look bad on the design, but it also keeps ripping off the design when it's knitting. So it's just a pain in my ass. And so I'm going to try this again, and hopefully these will not be spaghetti straps, but looking at the program here, like, I'm not that big of an idiot, and it doesn't look like non-spaghetti straps. So for my e-commerce shoot tomorrow, so if this is not what I asked for, then I guess that's just going to be a design I won't be able to sell, and I'll have spent all this money having my programmer program it, and then my machine operator's time to try to knit it, as well as my time and all of the yarn that went into testing something that wasn't the way that I asked it to be programmed. My model should fill it out better than me. Somehow I know what happened. This ended up being too big. I made it too big. I used like a looser tension and the knitting because I was using a tighter tension before, and the garments were like really hard to put on.
So what are you saying?
Okay, so what are we I kind of also am not really supposed to sew it this low down. That's why there's a bubble here. But I did that because I like it, and I didn't want to, like, again, have my programmer come over to change the thing because I'm in a rush to make all these designs. I like it. I'm just disappointed that I made it with a looser tension because now it's like I can't wear this one. I mean, it's fine for the photo shoot, but, like, I am going to have to make another one for me. I don't know how I feel about the pockets. Like, they're not that bad. And sometimes it's like this really weird shit is what people like about my brand. But I also don't want to have to sew on the pockets today on all the other ones I made. But they're not that bad.
What's this one called?
I don't fucking know. I haven't gotten to that point of my procrastination yet.
When's the naming come? At the very...
When I put together a line sheet. Okay, well anyway, I need to make this, I think, sew it up a little higher. It's still too big because I need it with that looser tension, but it's not as noticeable, at least. Every piece I had to fix this situation for the photo shoot, because technically the sewing is supposed to stop here. Whatever, this one's not really my size either. My e-commerce model will be fine in this because she has much bigger boobs. So anyway, I was like, pockets or no pockets, I don't know, but I didn't have time to test it, so I just took a risk and I put them on. And now I'm like, ew, it looks stupid. I mean, I guess like one pocket's okay, but it looks like I'm trying too hard. I guess it's kind of cute there. And we'll just, at every angle, just hide the pockets on this design so that nobody sees it. Because I don't think I want to sell it with pockets.
What's that?
Yeah, besides the pockets, I like it. And I decided to make these designs in the I wasn't going to originally do vintage indigo, but then I was like, well, I should because this is my signature wash. So while this is not really like it doesn't visually look like the tweed, I guess. It is big. Whatever. We'll just have to do a lot of faking. Like, I'm going to bring clips and pins because this is not how really... But yeah, this is what happens. I'm always, like, in a huge rush. I leave everything to the last minute in a huge rush, and so my designs are never really, like, finalized until someone buys it, and then I have to, like, finalize it. Or that's not every time, but it's often. Again, where I'm like, I don't know about the pockets. It's because I don't have time to develop the pockets properly, so on me, these pockets are too small. It looks weird. But maybe on my model, it'll look fine because she's a smaller body frame, so they won't look so tiny on her. These are like whatever. I'm not like that into them. They're not really how I wanted them. I wanted them even shorter because like I'm a mini shorts kind of girl. But I also know that not a lot of people are because like, ooh, that's a cute length though. I wanted them to be shorter, so at least for the shoot I could potentially, like, I like the detail that I tried to achieve here, but I don't know, the pockets seem kind of small, although now that the shorts are shorter, when I see them on my model, I'll know whether or not I want to photograph them or not, because otherwise I'll just have her like take the shorts off and flip it around, and that's what I was trying to do with this collection, is like be better about making similar designs so that I don't have to spend as much money on developing new designs. And at this point in my business, I generally kind of know like what styles people like to buy from me. So yeah. Oh yeah, and almost all of my pants have these waist ties. And when people come here to try them on, they like for some reason don't see that. And I forget to sometimes tell them that, and they're like, oh, the pants are too big. I'm like, later I realize it's because they didn't know it had a waist tie. These turn out unexpectedly with the wash. You just never know what you're gonna get. You see here? This is the pant, but in like a different color way. You see how it like curls in like that? Naturally?
Mm-hmm.
That's this. And so in the wash, this does not get exposed to the treatment. And it just happened to make like a perfect, it kind of worked out perfectly. And like at first I was like, oh my god, this is going to be ridiculous. I'm not going to be able to use these pants. But now I'm like really kind of into it. Pockets, I don't know. I have to just see them on my model. But they kind of look too small, I think. I was debating putting pockets on here, but like didn't have enough time. It's so big. I'm so upset. Whatever. Thankfully, my model just like, looks good and everything. So, okay.
What?
No pockets. See how much better the sleeves fit. I have to re-knit it with a tighter tension. This is the shoulder I broke though, the collarbone. So I don't know if maybe that's what's also contributing to this issue. I honestly don't know. First part of that, but I'm taking off the waist yarn. This is actually how it is also on a hand loom. The machine, knitter, whatever, uses this to like weight down the panel of fabric so the rollers can continue to pull it out consistently while it knits. And if that doesn't happen, then the like distribution of the stitching or whatever gets all messed up. So like this panel is super long because the waist yarn was there and the machine pulled it consistently as the knitting was going. But I have another panel that didn't get knit properly because the waist yarn like never made it out of the first part of the machine, like the knitting process. So the whole time the panel was knitting, nothing was pulling it down, so the panel came out like really short. It smells like a fire.